I once read that when Larry Bird was the general manager of the Indiana Pacers, that he would never sign a free agent on the LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers teams. And the reason why, he said, is that these players are not as good as you think they are. Because LeBron James is such a good basketball player, he makes everyone around him look like they're much better than they really are. So he would never spend money on those free agents. And I think that, says the Kotzker Rebbe, is the sin, or not the sin, but the error of Korach. You see, what was Korach's problem? Korach had a great job. He was a Levi. He had things were going well. But when Korach looked around and he saw that he was doing his good job in the Mishkan, and things were successful. So he figured, look, just like everyone else in the business, I want to grow and be ambitious and move up in the ranks. And so Korach said, Kol ha'ida kulam kedoshim. I too want to have an opportunity. I want to be great. I want to be the best. Look how much success I've had so far. Let me continue. But what Korach didn't realize is that all of his success was because of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu made it easy for everyone else. It's like that great player who just makes the team, or makes the game so much easier for the rest of the players on the team. And that was Korach's mistake. It wasn't him. Yes, he was successful. He was in a system, and the system was working well, perfect, suited his needs. But now become the leader, that was a recipe for success, but he didn't realize that. So often in life, especially you see this in sports all the time, where it's very difficult for people to find their lane, to know what they're good at. Sometimes assistant coaches feel the need to become a head coach. It makes sense. You want to grow in your role, but then you realize that, you know what, I'm better suited to be an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator or a running, a third base coach, something like that. It's not always to get to the top. You have to know where your lane is. When you find your lane, then you become great at what you do. That's the most important thing in life. We're not always cut out to be a rabbi in a million family shul or a smaller shul. Everyone has a different role. And in business, they might not be able to manage to be the CEO of a $25 million corporation. Maybe it's only $1 million company. But you find your role and you appreciate what you have. And when you appreciate what you have and the fact that things are going so well and so smooth, you stick with it. Korach's error was that he thought it was about him. And when Korach made it all about himself, that was when things spiraled out of control. If we're able to continue to focus not on ourselves, but on the finished product and how well things are running at the time, which hopefully they are for you in each of your respective professions and families and communities, at that point, we will also have found the recipe for success in life and in community and in family. Have a wonderful Shabbos.